All right, 49ers fans, I want to talk about a couple things here. And if you're new to this channel, we are me and my other buddy Chris. We run this channel. We are Lions fans. We have another channel, Sports Talk Detroit. You see the lion back there, but we love the NFL. We love football. So we want to talk about the smaller media market teams. And he was saying it in the last video he did about the 49ers. This team is stacked. And I have to admit, we have to have this conversation for a second. Yes, I love the Lions. I do. And for those of you who are watching the other team pages that we have going on here, I'm sorry when you hear me say this, but growing up, I love the 49ers. They were my number 2 team. In the other room over there, we all had those old little lockers. You know, I had a Lions locker. I had a 49ers locker. I still have baseball cards and football cards in them to this day. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. The San Francisco 49ers quietly made a great move this offseason, and I think more people need to be talking about it. And that is acquiring Sam Darnold at quarterback. Okay, don't stop the video. Don't stop the video because I want you to stick with me here for a second. Kyle Shanahan, quarterback guru. He made Jimmy Garoppolo look good. Honestly, he's made any quarterback look good. Like that's just the way it has gone. Mullins looked good in a San Francisco uniform. He took a 7th round pick, Brock Purdy, last year and made Brock Purdy look like he was Russell Wilson. There are so many different quarterbacks that have gone through his systems that have been successful. He is a phenomenal offensive coordinator, and there's so much talent on this team. They have a great defense. We all know that they have a great defense. You got Bosa, you got Warner. There are just names after names, and it's always been a great defense. But then on the offensive side, you got Ayuk, you got Deebo Samuel, you have Christian McCaffrey, you have George Kittle. There are position players that are remarkable. And what that means is that there may not be another team in the NFL that has a cushier spot for a quarterback to be. And Sam Darnold has skill, and he's starting to learn and he's starting to develop. So I just want to give you some Sam Darnold stats, or at least some things that the Panthers did last year. I want to talk to you about this. After the Panthers lost to the Ravens on November 20th last year, 13-3, Sam Darnold came in to be the quarterback. This was under an interim head coach. And here's what they went to do. They beat the Broncos 23-10. They beat the playoff-bound Seattle Seahawks 30-24. They lost to the Steelers 24-16. They throttled the Lions. I don't want to talk about it, but they throttled the Lions 37-23. They lost 30-24 to a Bucs team that made the playoffs, and then they beat the final week of the season. They beat the Nolan Saints. So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a guy that came in and went 4-2 down the stretch. Went 4-2 down the stretch with this Panther team that was so bad that it had fired their coach, Matt Rule. Now he comes over to San Francisco where he has this nice, cushy landing spot, and he's not going to be asked to do too much. He was picked with the 3rd overall pick in 2018 for a reason, and it's not because he just sucks. So I think if you get Shanahan's pause on him, it is going to make him very good. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself. Yeah, but there's 2 guys ahead of him, Trey Lance and Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy basically had Tommy John, right? The guy, his elbow, he couldn't feel it. We all saw the playoff game. We all watched it. We were all devastated because it was going to be such a good game. It was so exciting to see what that game could have looked like. Niners, Eagles, and all of that going on, but he gets hurt early in the game. So you don't know what Brock Purdy's future is going to be. Now, the team keeps insisting he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's our week 1 starter. He's our week 1 starter. But this tells me even more that they're just saying we like Purdy more than Trey Lance. That tells me that more than anything else. And now Albert Breer of SI is coming out saying that he believes Lance could be moved during the preseason and may be a cap casualty. All right, as of right now, 9 players: Debo, Trent Williams, Eric Armstead, Fred Warner, George Kittle, Charvarius Ward, Javon Hargrave, Christian McCaffrey, and Brandon Ayuk are accounting for nearly $190 million of the 2024 cap. Trey Lance is on there for another $10.85 million. All right, that money's fully guaranteed. All right, so even if the cap jumps up, some things are going to have to be moved around. So they think that he might be moved to another team this year to avoid that big cap next year. All right, again, I said that was the 2024 salary cap. And I just think Sam Darnold might not be bad. So here's my thing with Sam Darnold, because I like to throw fantasy football, I like to kind of put that into it. If you have a last round pick in your fantasy football draft, especially a dynasty draft, get Sam Darnold. Why not? You don't know what's going to happen with Brock Purdy's arm, and you don't know if he's going to be ready yet. And Sam Darnold might come in and just take it because he is the more talented. He has good mobility. He has the bigger arm, right? So I'm not saying he's the better football player, because I loved watching what Brock Purdy did. I mean, he looked legitimate. He looked like a guy that can be an NFL quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years. So don't see me like downplaying that. But what I am saying is that Sam Darnold was drafted number 3 in the first round for a reason, and it's because there is extreme arm talent and other things there. When he was coming out of USC, I don't know if I said USC, that kind of proved that. So just look at that. Look at what it is in the system. And fans of the 49ers, you just got to be so happy with who your coach is. All you need is to just stay healthy. Stay healthy. Let's hope they don't overwork Christian McCaffrey. Let's hope that the main players can be healthy, and then you can have a healthy quarterback. If you had a healthy quarterback, you could have been looking at a rematch with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl this year. I really do believe that. I will say this about Brock Purdy. Down the stretch, it was not extremely difficult competition either, as far as the defensive side goes for Brock Purdy. So that's another reason I'm kind of looking at Sam Darnold, kind of like, hey, maybe there's a shot on that. Like, maybe there's a shot on that. He played against the Dolphins defense, which was not great at the time, Tampa Bay, Seattle, which is atrocious, the Commanders, who knows what their team name is going to be, the Raiders, and the Cardinals. So he put up pretty good numbers, and he put up pretty good like PFF passing statistics and ratings, but they actually weren't that much better than what Sam Darnold was doing in Carolina. The only difference is that Purdy was playing on the San Francisco 49ers team that was making a playoff run in the midst of winning however many games you guys won in a row, like 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't know what it was. Like, you guys were winning game after game after game after game. It was a lot of fun to watch. And Purdy was a lot of fun to watch. I think Sam Darnold could do the same thing. So if Brock Purdy's not ready for the season opener, I don't see Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold gets it over Trey Lance. Just what I think. All right. Hope you like the video. Subscribe. We want 49ers fans on this channel. We'll keep producing content, especially as training camp is rounding out into action, preseason. It's going to be a lot of fun, and excited to go through it with all of you. All right. See you on the next one.